On the eve of my son's wedding, my daughter-in-law smirked and said, "The perfect gift would be you disappearing from our family." So I gave her exactly what she asked for. The next day, when they stepped into the house, everything was gone except for the one thing I wanted them to see. 3 years ago, I sold my Victorian home, the one my late husband, Robert, and I poured our hearts into restoring. It was a gorgeous place, full of memories of our 43 years together. But I sold it to give my son, Michael, and his fiancée, Amanda, the down payment for their dream house. $87,000. My entire life savings handed over with nothing but love and a promise that I'd always have a place in their home, their family. I believed them. I mean, what mom wouldn't? Fast forward to the day before their big fancy wedding, a wedding I was footing the bill for. I'm in their kitchen, the one I helped design, arranging flowers, tweaking last-minute details, pouring my heart into making their day perfect. Amanda walks in, her pristine wedding dress hanging behind her, and hits me with words that felt like a punch to the gut. "The best gift you could give our family is to disappear. Permanently." She said it with this fake plastic smile I'd come to dread. And Michael, my own son, just nodded, not even looking at me, like I was nothing. I stood there, stunned, staring at the granite countertops I'd helped pick out, the custom cabinets my money made possible. "My negativity is ruining everything," Michael said, his voice ice cold. My negativity? I'd spent the morning fussing over centerpieces, the afternoon running errands for Amanda, and the evening listening to her complain about everything from the weather to the caterer. The only negative thing I'd done was suggest we didn't need swan-shaped ice sculptures. Big crime, right? "Where am I supposed to go?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Amanda just shrugged, checking her manicured nails like I was a minor inconvenience. "A hotel? Your sister's? Honestly, Dorothy, I don't care. As long as you're not here tomorrow." Michael chimed in. "It's more Amanda's house now. You just gave us some money once." Some money. $87,000 reduced to pocket change. I felt something inside me shift, not break, but click into a new gear. I looked at them and said, "You're right. I should go." Amanda probably expected me to beg or cry, something she could later spin to her friends as Dorothy being dramatic again. But I was done. I went upstairs to the guest room. Sorry, not my room, because guests don't get to stay. I packed my suitcase, hearing them downstairs, already planning how to turn my space into a yoga studio or an office. No guilt, no hesitation. I paused at the photo of Robert on the nightstand. "Don't worry, sweetheart," I whispered. "I'm not going down without a fight." I drove to a Hampton Inn across town, parked outside the house my money bought, and called my lawyer, Margaret Chen. She'd been handling my affairs since Robert passed, and she'd warned me about Michael and Amanda. "Dorothy, it's Saturday evening. Everything okay?" she asked. I spilled it all. Amanda's ultimatum, Michael's betrayal, the way they dismissed my life savings as some money. Margaret listened, typing furiously. Then she dropped a bombshell. That $87,000 wasn't a gift. Legally, it was a loan, and I was a co-owner of their house with a 35% stake. Amanda had forgotten to sign the acknowledgement forms, and the mortgage company had me listed as a co-borrower. I nearly dropped the phone. "Are you serious?" I asked. "Dead serious," she said. Through their kitchen window, I could see Amanda showing off her dress on a video call, laughing, oblivious to the storm coming. "Margaret, what happens if I want to sell my share?" I asked. She explained I could force a sale, and if they couldn't buy me out, the house would go on the market, proceeds split by ownership. I watched Michael pop champagne, toasting their freedom from me. "Prepare a notice of intent to sell," I told her. "Deliver it Monday morning." "Are you sure?" she asked. I've never been sure. Next, I called Sunset Gardens Country Club, where the reception was set. "Hi, Jessica. It's Dorothy Mitchell. I need to cancel tomorrow's wedding reception." She was stunned. "Cancel? It's less than 24 hours away." I explained I was the one who signed the contract, paid the deposit, and had every right to pull the plug. "The happy couple made it clear my involvement isn't welcome," I said. "I'm just honoring their wishes." By 11:47 p.m., my phone was blowing up. Amanda's voice screeched through, "What did you do?" I muted the hotel TV and said calmly, "I honored your request to disappear." She was hysterical. "The country club called. You canceled our reception. 200 people are expecting dinner." Michael grabbed the phone. "Mom, this is insane. You can't cancel our wedding over sleeping arrangements." "I didn't cancel your wedding, sweetheart," I said. "I canceled the $14,000 reception I was paying for." Silence. They'd never asked about the cost, always assuming money just appeared because they wanted a fairy tale wedding. "You told me to disappear permanently," I continued. "I'm just complying." Amanda sobbed. "I didn't mean forever, just for the weekend." "My mistake," I said, letting the sarcasm drip. "I must have misheard permanently." Michael tried reasoning. "Come back, let's work this out." But I was done negotiating with people who saw me as a walking ATM. "You made it clear my presence ruins everything," I said. "Solve your own problems." By Sunday morning, I had 37 missed calls and 41 texts. I ignored them, enjoying room service and the Sunday paper. At 9 a.m., Michael showed up at my hotel looking like he hadn't slept, his tuxedo shirt wrinkled. "Amanda's having a breakdown," he said. "She's locked herself in the bathroom. Her mom's threatening to fly back to California. Everything's falling apart." I didn't budge. "I hope you work it out," I said. He pushed past me into the room, desperate. "You destroyed our wedding." "No, Michael," I said, standing tall. "I stopped financing a wedding for people who told me to vanish." Big difference. I made him sit down. "This isn't about sleeping arrangements. It's about respect. When was the last time you asked about my life, my feeling? When did you call just to talk, not to ask for money?" He had no answer. "In the past year, I've given you $37,000 in emergencies on top of the $87,000 for the house. That's $124,000, Michael. More than most people earn in 2 years. His face went pale. We were going to pay you back, he mumbled. Were you? Because Amanda's shopping for a new car and you're eyeing European vacations. Then I dropped the real bomb. You never read the legal documents for the house. I own 35% of it and I'm putting it on the market. He stared, speechless. You can't, he stammered. Oh, I can? I said, showing him Margaret's email. Amanda was supposed to sign paperwork acknowledging the loan. She didn't. Legally, I'm a co-owner. He left to break the news to Amanda. By 4 p.m., the local news was covering a wedding disaster at Sunset Gardens with footage of Amanda crying in her dress on the steps. Then Amanda's mom, Barbara, showed up at my hotel with a bottle of wine and a story. I've been worried about Amanda for years, she said. The entitlement, the lack of gratitude. I kept hoping marriage would change her, but seeing how she treated you horrified me. She offered me a $25,000 check from her late husband's life insurance, a good faith payment toward my share. I didn't touch it. I told Amanda no, Barbara said, tearing it up. She needs to face consequences. Then the police called. Michael and Amanda had reported me for financial elder abuse, claiming I was cognitively impaired. I met Detective Rodriguez at the station, armed with bank statements and house documents. I've given them $124,000 over 3 years, I told him, playing Amanda's 3 a.m. voicemail accusing me of a breakdown. He closed the case as unfounded, but gave me elder abuse resources. I've got this under control, I said, smiling. At Margaret's office, I laid out their options. Buy my 35% share for $105,000, or sell the house and split the proceeds. They were stunned. We don't have that money, Amanda cried. Then you move to something you can afford, I said. Michael proposed a payment plan. Why would I trust you? I asked. You owe me $37,000 in loans you never planned to repay. 2 weeks later, Barbara visited again, reinforcing my resolve. Don't cushion their fall, she said. Michael texted about a $60,000 home equity loan. I demanded a realistic budget and a debt repayment plan. At the budget meeting, their finances were a mess. $400 on restaurants, $300 on Amanda's clothes, $800 on credit card minimums. You're living like you earn $12,000 a month when you make $8,000, I said. I made an offer, $75,000 for my share, but Amanda had to get a job, they'd sell a car, cut unnecessary expenses, and submit to monthly financial check-ins for 2 years. That's like financial prison, Amanda protested. No, it's accountability, I replied. They signed, looking like they'd swallowed glass. 6 months later, I'm in my new apartment in a senior community, loving the pool and hiking trails. Amanda called, excited about a promotion to office manager at a dental office. I never knew I was good at organizing, she said, sounding like an adult for the first time. I was horrible to you, Dorothy. I treated you like an ATM and got mad when you had feelings. I'm sorry I believed her. She invited me to dinner, but I suggested lunch in public, baby steps. Barbara texted, thanking me for not giving up on Amanda. I thanked her for not bailing her out. Sometimes love means saying no. Sometimes the best gift is letting someone face their consequences. I spent years being their safety net, robbing them of the chance to grow. When I pulled it away, they learned to fly, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. At 68, I'm learning my own lessons. I'm joining a hiking group, laughing at book club, and tomorrow I'm having lunch with Frank, who thinks my jokes are funny. For the first time, I'm valued for me, not my wallet. That's worth more than all the money I ever gave away. Thanks for listening, guys. Drop a like, share your story in the comments, and let me know. Have you ever had to set a hard boundary with family? Your voice matters.